Hey, how's it going, gentlemen? Today I'm going to be doing a shave with the J. Gibbons, given to me by Joseph. And I was stropping it, and I noticed that the pin was loose. I remember getting in a conversation. I think this shaved pretty well. I just needed to tighten that pin, which I haven't done yet. The other one is I got stashed in here. This also is a razor that Joseph had his hand in. And what it is a lucky find really for me. And it's going to be the Nankin Acier Fondu stubtail. I sent this to Joseph because I started to restore it and I started using some a light sandpaper on it, and it just seemed like the metal just kind of milled up like a lint or something, like just rolled right up. It was kind of trippy, so I didn't want to mess with it too much. So that's what I'm shaving with today. I just want to see, those will be the last two razors in my personal stash. Actually, outside I do have the Dorco to contend with. I think I found a set of some wood to make a set of scales out of, but I just haven't purchased them yet. I'm kind of busy. We're getting ready to go out to the auto parts store. Today I'm going to use the Barbaric from Purely Skinful, I said get the upper and lower radiator hose and the heater hoses. And so they came back, and I was looking at the truck and going, what's all this? I started investigating, and that thing has got heater hoses up the yin yang. Check out this picture. So I'm going to go to the auto parts store with the truck, and I'm going to try to get as much as I can. If not, then I can get it online. But there's parts on there that, in the old days, like, all right, I had a 70 GMC with a small block 350 in it, and it had an upper and lower radiator hose, and it had two heater hoses. That's all it had. This one has like 5 times that. Seriously, it's just ridiculous. And this picture I'm going to show, I showed you, is got, has some vacuum lines and dash pods and stuff to it, but to me it's unreadable. I don't know what the hell I'm even looking at. So we're going to be doing the brakes this weekend, and maybe the heater hoses. But the heater hoses, I want those done well in advance so when I can drive it around and make sure it's not leaking. But the part that, most people know what a heater core is. Most guys should know what a heater core is. And it's the heater core is on basically the passenger side of the firewall, and there's it's like a little space like this in between the firewall and the passenger area, and that's where the heater core sits. And what it is, just like a big radiator, hose coming in, hose coming out. So it's got 2 stubbies sticking out through the firewall into the engine compartment, and usually just take the hose off, replace it, and then you're done. This one here has got like a plastic nipple that you click in, and then it's got the nipple, and you put your hose on there and stuff. That piece on my truck, and every truck that came out that year, is made of plastic, and it will fail at some point. So the last thing I want to do is have any kind of failure while we're on the road. And that's just how it is. I've always been a guy preparing, making sure I'm prepared for things. I might have too much stuff or whatever, but that's just how I am. When I was a little boy, I used to have my pockets just packed with stuff. I had a pocket knife for utility work, and a pocket knife I can show off to people. And then every once in a while, I forget about a frog I put in there. Nice smelling. So it's been a while since I used this. So I do need to strap the Acier Fondu. So I'll be I'll be right back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And away we go. We got a really, really big show. Man, I woke up just feeling like hell today. I don't know what was going on. I had a little bit of whiskey, not much, and a half a beer. But I woke up feeling like hell. It wasn't a hangover. I don't know, something I ate or something. I don't know. Here's a fondue. It is definitely cutting, as you can see. It's a little bit toothy. Now see, I need to get out of the habit of not oiling my blades, because especially right now, it's like 75% humidity in here, and that could alter the edge. So, looks like my soap is dissipating a little bit. I'll get it with the Gibbons, J. Gibbons and Son. It's a cool razor too. Nice and smooth, very nice. This one is cutting equally as well. Just shaved yesterday, so nice, very nice, very nice. See, now I feel good because all my razors are shaving well. When I got half of my razors not shaving well, then I have, it's like stuck in my crop. I think it's called the crop. I have a funny picture I haven't seen in a while. In fact, I'm gonna look for it when I post this video. But it's a video. It's a picture of. Okay, I used to be a falconer. Well, we've been in this field for about 6 minutes, and Floyd here caught 3 mice. I'd rather him go after rabbit, but his food of choice is mice. But this field here is going to be the field I'm probably going to let him go in the fall, because there's so much food here. It's nice and open, as you can see, and it'd be a good place for me to easily come back and check on him and maybe spin my lure, see if I can call him back just to see if he will, So anyway, he's been a pretty good bird. I'm gonna set him up in that tree. I used to get these frozen quail, and I used to cut them up for my bird. You don't just, if you want your bird to come back to you out in the wild, you don't overfeed them, that's for sure. And so I got this bird, and we came back early, if I recall, and the bird is still hungry, and I was going to gorge him. And I never really had to worry too much about walking with him with a leash on. because he would just be right there all the time. If he did take off, he'd be like on top of a building or in a tree, and when I walk by, he'd fly by, and he was like that. So I was cutting up this quail in the backyard, and he came over and just grabbed the leg. And he just grabbed the leg and swallowed it. It was funny because I didn't get a chance to cut the foot off that quail yet, and the foot was like sticking out of his mouth. Pretty crazy. Crazy bastard. He's a crazy bastard. Such a cool bird, man. I should put some more videos out there of my experience. Because it's probably one of the coolest things I've done. You know, I've always loved nature. I wasn't a kid who's out there burning ants with a magnifying glass or anything like that. I was never that person. But so I always wanted to study something, and that's just how I've been, you know. And my wound is almost gone. I have another channel. When I first discovered YouTube, I made a channel. I had like all my pets. I accidentally deleted it. And but I still have some of the footage, like all the tropical fish I had. And I had some really nice stuff. I used to collect all African cichlids. I had an all male review, and I didn't really like the rowdiness of the imbunas, but I used to like the peacocks and the compressiceps, and I had an alto pair, and God, they look like, I call them Wolfman Jack, because they look like they did look like a wolfman. It was just a trip. They were a trip. And I bred them too. My hands are slick. But I fucked up too. I had a small green tear in there that was just coloring up really nice. And I started to get some parasites in there. I could save my fish. I treated them, and I killed all of my fish. I had a 150-gallon tank filled with all these fish I collected for 4 years. I buy like clusters of different fish. And when I start to color up, I get rid of the ones that were not the dominant ones, so they didn't have all the color. So I went back to my fishmonger. He wasn't a fishmonger, but this guy, this Japanese guy I've known for a long time. And told him what happened. He goes, "You're not supposed to give him the whole dose. You're supposed to give him half a dose." I go, "Oh, fuck, why did you tell me? I fucking killed all my fish, man." So I just sold the tanks. I had like a 150-gallon tank. I had a 55. I had 240s. On and on and on. I mean, I was just nuts. I had too many fish. All right, nice and smooth. So that was my day with them, and it just that was a real cool hobby. I just collect a lot of weird South American cichlids and different kinds of fish. And you got to be careful because there's one fish I had. It's like a goby. Gobies. When we think of gobies, usually we think of those little small bumblebee gobies, but this one was like big. Had a really frilly fins, just like had a big head and big mouth. And you got to be careful with that one because you put him in a tank, he'll try to eat one of your prized fish. So I had to like be really careful and just get him, make sure he was just with a bigger fish that weren't going to hurt him. So now the piece de resistance. There must be some kind of leak. I am seeing some discoloration right there. There must be some kind of leak somewhere. And I've squeezed this bottle because it is like, it is probably half empty, and I haven't used it that much. So, all right, this is really oily. So the air quality here is, I think I said this in my last video, air quality here is the second worst in the country, with Russia being the worst. That's how bad the air quality is here in Colorado right now because of the fires. And these fires are coming from California too. We have an air cleaner coming in. It's supposed to be a really nice one. And in the meantime, I improvised an air cleaner. I got a box fan, and I found a filter that fits almost perfectly all the way around it, and I just taped it on there, let the air blow through there, and that helps. That does help. It does help definitely. So, if you have any situations with air quality in your house, that's one thing you can definitely do. So, y'all take care, man. Thanks for joining me, and remember, even if you have to go out and buy heater hoses, it's still a good day for a shave. Take care, man. Bye.